This is Beijing. And we're off to China.
Overhead compartment for your
Thank you. Ten hours later, we have landed in Beijing. And this is Beijing Peking Airport. And the next stop, we're going to the customs. And somehow we have to fill up some papers and where we are going, the hotel, when are we gonna leave. They're quite strict here. And also health quarantine. I'm not sure if they're still strict after the pandemic. We'll check. So there is no need for swabbing, unlike before. They're much lax in terms of the quarantine policies. And after the immigration, just find out if your passport is allowed to have 144 hours of transition. Just arrived. And you're riding along with my large luggage. So I'm not planning to bring it to the city center of Beijing. I'm gonna leave it here in the airport. It's quite cheap, cheaper than London, of course, our city. So just sort out what are the things needed to bring and what things are not to be brought with me. So I have to be cautious. They're very strict around here. Since we got a luggage, we're just gonna pay 40 yuan per day. But first, I need to transfer my stuff to the bigger luggage. So I left my big luggage, and they're quite stricter now. You're not allowed to leave power banks, although it's the battery for my drone. Anyway, just for safety reasons, I just took it out without my drone, of course, just to avoid temptation. And we're heading to the airport subway that will lead us to the center of Beijing. It will only take about 30-40 minutes. But I think my place where I'm gonna reside for the next 3 days is a little bit farther away, to be least. Hopefully I'll find my way. When I was here, I didn't know that there's a train station. So I took a bus, which is a free shuttle towards the Terminal 2, which is about 15 minutes away, and I took the train from there. And I just found out that there's indeed a train from Terminal 1. But anyway, now we know. We learned from our lessons. In total, I paid about 120 yuans to leave my bag for 3 days. It's equivalent to about 12 pounds. Not bad compared to London prices. And somehow we're here on the train station. We'll try to find a ticketing booth. Oh, there it is. So we're going to Dongzimen, 25 yuan. Next, we're gonna pay by Alipay. Sale and print. So from my phone, let's open Alipay. Right there. You press scan. Scan the code. Loading. And automatically shows out the price and press. Then voila, Got the prize. And done. See, it's not that complex. And we got a ticket. Just gonna tap this.
Welcome to Capital Airport Express. This is a train to
This one is worth 25 euros, which is like equivalent to 2.5 pounds. My bus in Cambridge is more expensive than this.
Next station is Terminal 2. Doors will open on the right-hand side at Terminal 2. 欢迎和他人的健康安全。
And that's it for the card. And we're gonna book another ticket towards the station that we're heading to. From line 1, we're moving to line 2. And we're in the right station, and it'll take about 25 minutes to walk. And good luck, it's about 5 p.m. at the moment. It's getting cold as well. We'll do it. You know what? One day you're sorting out medications for a patient, bringing a commode, and the following day you find yourself in Beijing, near the highway, trying to find your accommodation, which is like 25 minutes away from the nearest metro. How convenient. The choices in my life, right? Oh my god, I went to a neighborhood. There's an old lady there looking at me. I'm like, she's talking Mandarin. And I don't know what she's talking. I'm like, maybe I'm trespassing. So I went up. And finally, it's just outside. Google Maps failed me again. Anyway, let's check in. Oh, we're just gonna get some dinner and go around. Be polite. Yeah. We're just gonna go to that nearby restaurant in the mall. Maybe just go for McDonald's. It'll be easier. It'll be faster. We're in a hurry. That's the only thing I know. And somehow I blend in as well. They speak in Mandarin to me. They thought I speak Mandarin, but I don't. Of course, I'm not gonna declare Filipino. Okay, so the stigma between the two countries, between the territories down in the southeast China and West Philippines. They're fighting over a land. But of course, it's not about politics here. We're here for a holiday. Oh. It's gonna be a short walk. Oops. Yeah, so that's the place I went earlier that I thought that's Google led me, which is not a proper place at all. And anyway, it's nice. That's why my channel is called The Art of Getting Lost, because I always get lost. Alright, so tip number 1. If you go outside from your hotel, anywhere you go in China, bring your passport. Because you might be stopped and be asked, if you're legal or not. They will check your visa as well, if you need a visa or anything, the form of entry proof that you came here legally. And another thing is that just be vigilant. Big cities, of course, there's always a risk for pickpocketing, and just obey the rules. That's all. Good luck. Wish me good luck. This is no Europe. This is no Japan. This is China. It was crazy back then. I witnessed earlier. They're just crossing without care. And cars just beeping their horns non-stop. And I don't know, it's just chaotic. See? There's a bus. It's just a few inches away from a cyclist. Oh, here we go, 94. Oh my God. Oh my God, the cyclists won't stop. Green light. Almost there. There we got McDonald's. Every poor traveler's rescuer restaurant. I just don't like to talk anymore at the moment. I'm just socially drained. And somehow just the language barrier as well. They'll talk to me in Mandarin. I'm like, sure. That's the only thing I know. And also that I love you. Of course, I'm not gonna tell them that. Anyway, I'm just gonna have a light dinner. Just fill up the gullet and we'll try to go to the Olympic Village.
欢迎新老顾客进店品尝。
Not bad. For 63 pounds for 3 nights. Not much of a view outside, but it's worth it. Sun's right here. Just gonna prepare for tonight. And look at my hair, a mess. Anyway, now up for the proper introduction for Beijing. And here we go. For the tour, I have to wake up in the morning, but something comes not in plan. Face crack. So I arrived here too early. This is the nearest station. It's different from yesterday. So the first train says here is around 5:35 in the morning, going to the city center of Beijing. So it's about 5:02 in the morning at the moment. So I'm just gonna wait for the guards to come in. And one thing that's quite different from here to London is that, just through the gaps, there are security checks, just like I'd seen yesterday. Every station has a security check, which is like, at least I'm pretty much rely on safety here. And so far, a lot of people are just quiet while they're in the metro. Yeah, there are guards everywhere, like police officers. Yeah, much more in the center. Yeah, it's a bit cold outside, about 3 degrees. Yeah, at 5 in the morning. So while we're waiting for the train, so just another tip. If you book any tours here as a foreigner, you have to bring your passport, because every time you book it online, they'll ask you for a passport number. And somehow there are passport readers in each of these tourist spots. And your passport will be your ticket. because the locals here are Chinese citizens. They have their own national ID and they register their tickets as their national ID. That's what I noticed last year. There are faster ways to reach history, but some journeys deserve to unfold 1 mile at a time. Beyond the noise and endless movement, another China reveals itself. Quieter, older, and waiting. For more than 2,000 years, these mountains have guarded stories of emperors, soldiers, and travelers. In the distance, the ancient wall rises above the trees, majestic and timeless. We just arrived here in Mutianyu. We're gonna go to the main entrance and we're gonna catch another bus, which is gonna lead us to the Great Wall. Sadly, I booked my tour in Klook, and somehow I thought it covers the way up and down. And somehow I just found out it's only one way, and I have to pay another way to go up, which is like cable car, 140 yen, about 15 pounds. Kind of annoying, but I didn't read it much. But still, I chose that side. So what's the difference between Badaling and Mutianyu? These two are the most tourist friendly parts of the Great Wall portions. Well, the thing is, Badaling has a direct train directly from Beijing, but it's very crowded because it's very you can go there directly. While Mutianyu is less with the crowds, so therefore there's more space, and you'll find less people along the way, less photo bombers. That's what I can say. Yeah, and we're just waiting for the rest of the group, having a toilet break. So you have two choices to go up. It's either going to be chairlift, which is going to be in the southern part, southeast specifically, or you're going northwest, which is the higher part. You're going to take the cable car, and 3 choices to go down, including those 2 and a toboggan. We're going to take toboggan going down, which is more fun.
Remain seated with your seatbelts fastened throughout the journey. We appreciate your collaboration.
So it's gonna be a bit of a walk. As I said, it's a bit further back there for the cable car. And he did offer those who wanted to go to Summer Palace. They were gonna leave around 12:40, so they only have 2 hours to stay here, but I've been there. And they gave us time. Oh, so it's up until 2:20, so we're here about more than 3 hours. So just right there. Yeah, just right there is the map. So we're gonna pass by the path, and as you notice, we're ascending. Going up and up and up.
Carry banners and logos. Loading and bringing flammable and explosive materials up the mountain are also prohibited. Please cooperate.
It's where the chairlifts and part of the toboggan, if you descend from it. We're gonna go there later. And the hard part. We are going up and up. Unfortunately, the problem is that they're doing maintenance to the cable car, so I didn't manage to get there and climb up from Tower 6 until Tower 14. I haven't reached the Great Wall yet, but I'm already short of breath. Good Lord. We'll get there. To myself. Alright, so if you're gonna take the cable car, you only need a passport. If you're in a tour, sometimes they issue paper tickets, but with the chairlift and also the toboggan, if you descend toboggan, you're gonna need the paper ticket itself. So if you're gonna be in a tour group, they're the ones gonna manage. You're just gonna pay them. Yeah, and with that, you can see the towers. Yeah, I think it's number 12 and number 13. I was there last year. And somehow I have to stop number 14 because the cable cars are not available at the time. And I tell you, it took me an hour to climb from number 6, where the chairlift starts, and to number 14, where the cable car starts. Oops, a bit shaky. Anyway, yeah, and there's about 6 more. I think it's about up until 20. It's only 600 meters, that's what he told me. And somehow, because some parts of it are very steep and the floorboards are very uneven, it will tire you out. It's very exhausting. And it depends on the weather. Today it's very sunny, so you do expect it's gonna be draining as well, but yeah, let's just gonna enjoy one of the 7 wonders of the world, sorry. With that. And there are parts of the Great Wall that is off limits at the moment. I think one mistake that I did is that I didn't buy water from down there. It's more expensive. It's about equivalent to £2 I bought a water. Just this. Yeah. But that's fine. Compared to UK prices, this is much better. So we're here, Tower 14, where our journey starts. So my plan is 14, go up, take photos, and do some vlogging, and go down and take the toboggan and have lunch. Well, at least it's with the windy today. Last year it's really sunny, there's no wind. The forecast is supposed to be cold, it's really warm. So I'm just drenching in sweat while I climb up. It didn't really help the situation. There's more people today. I think just because of the weather, I believe. But I don't mind, really. So we're heading to the 15th tower. This is the hero's road or path, they say. So this is the side of the Great Wall. And we got, these are the towers. It's where the watchmen stayed back in the day. But the truth is that some parts of this Great Wall is not the original parts, because back in the Cultural Revolution, what happened is that a lot of people took some of the parts of Great Wall as advised by the government back then and turned it into something more valuable, like their houses, factories, or something that they kind economically gaining for the country. Yeah. Look at that.
那些乘坐双人的客车，小孩才坐才是。
Senza l'acqua è già scivoloso.
Far as you can try to believe, the Great Wall is also a cemetery. Neighbors. For generations, emperors dreamed of walls that would outlast kingdoms, but stone remembers the hands that raised it. Men strain under impossible loads, some stumble, others help them rise. But their sacrifices became part of the wall itself. So the purpose of this Great Wall is for the security of the ancient kingdoms, to protect themselves from the Mongols from the north. For centuries, Chinese dynasties built these walls to defend their lands from enemies beyond the northern frontier. But in the 13th century, a new power emerged from the vast steppes: the Mongols. Under Genghis Khan and later his successors, Mongol armies forged the largest contiguous empire in history. The Great Wall was never a single continuous barrier, and many sections that existed at the time were centuries older and less fortified than the walls we see today. Way beyond the Watchtower 20, right over there, or not. And it's going to be quite a challenge. And they said this part of Mutianyu Great Wall is like a winding dragon. So it's shaped, it's like an S, serpentine. Yeah, it's getting steeper and steeper. Oops. It's about 75 degrees and my ankles are burning.
You got it.
Very steep. Yeah. Maybe we go like the fourth up.
And if you see that signage up there, it's from Mao Zedong, and it means you're not called as a great man if you haven't climbed the Great Wall of China. Kind of ironic, because it's because of him the Cultural Revolution started, and some of the ancient practices and infrastructures were destroyed. There are places in the world that's quite unbelievable, but it's just way beyond imagination. Some are timeless, some are just ageless, and such places do exist. And one of them is the Great Wall of China, one of the 7 wonders of the world. Somehow, it was built during the Ming Dynasty, and it's around 20,000 kilometers all throughout China. It's just not this portion here. This is just a dust in the total size. Yep. And as you can see, they're quite uneven, as I was said earlier. I don't know what's the purpose of this. Maybe for the guards to hide back then. And these are the murder holes right there. A symbol of ambition, resilience, and human will. You can actually have a rest in between the walls because they have stations where there are toilets and also some canteens, like small restaurants. Of course, because it's up high here, it's more expensive, just like the water I bought earlier. And this is number 14 where we started, and hopefully it's gonna be a steady descent because we're on top of the mountain and this is the view. Yeah, we're going there. I do suggest for foreigners, don't come here during the Lunar New Year and also other Chinese holidays because it's all packed with people. Yeah, can barely move, especially in Badaling portion of the Great Wall. It's crazy. Venturing into the wall takes a lot of challenges. For instance, some steps are much shorter and lower, while others are quite easy. But sometimes, and most of the time, now this is dangerous. Pay attention. Oh my god. This is equivalent to 2 steps. Oh my god. You're gonna have brain damage with this. So just fun fact, these are parapets. Yeah, the spaces in between slabs of rock or stones. So this is to protect the archers from outsiders, from melee attacks, and you got holes underneath. They're like the murder holes, so that's where the archers aim for their target. Or sometimes they throw things or pour something hot, like tar. Yeah, anyway. No, that's a steep descent. Can't imagine if it's raining here. It's gonna be slippery, so you just have to be careful and watch your step. I saw a couple of people almost stumble down. Yeah, and there's no first aid here at all. Sadly, there's a lot of vandalism on the walls and the bricks, although they're not the original, but at least respect the place. Yeah. Unfortunately, I can't reach the very top because I lack time and I have to go back all the way to Tower 6 down below. So I have to do it in a hurry, and here we go. We're going down with style, toboggan mode, just right here. So I got a ticket. Put my phone in the wallet inside my bag, secure, and all my zipper on my jacket is closed, and we're ready to go down toboggan style, and it's a long queue. To enter such place, you would just need your passport. This is your ticket. It's the tour groups, tour guides. They manage it, they organize to place your ticket as your passport. So it's more important to provide them the right number, passport number. And here we go. Oh my god, it's a really, really long queue.
Push forward. Go back. Push.
Thank you. Push down. Simple. Lean forward, push this forward, and you're gonna drive. Put it back, brake. Took an hour to queue. It took an hour to queue. Oh my god. It's crazy. And it only took 10 minutes for the ride. Crazy. I'm in a hurry, going to the restaurant. Hopefully, I'm not too late for the bus. It's just there. Oh my god, I made it. I just have time for lunch. The tour guide is there. I managed to get to the last bus there. He offered me lunch, and we have time. Oh my god, what a run. What a wait and what a run. So bad. I'll suppose that I mentioned my knees. I don't know how to use chopsticks properly. Anyway, I'm hungry. I think my secret is exposed. I'm not Chinese. I don't know how to use it. I give up. At least I ate something. And we got a bus. 18388. Oh, see you, Beijing.